Hello everyone, I hope you're doing swell. This is Egro J20 and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the Uber app, the transport app. At this point we already know what Uber is, so let's just start this review. So where I live basically, Uber has been available for some time. Even though at first Uber was not available where I live, but finally it has been available for some time now, like a really long time now. Just that let me just review this app. But before I start, let me put out some disclaimers. Number one is that this review here is not paid or sponsored by anyone in any way, shape, or form. I just made this review out of my own free will. Number two is that I'm reviewing Uber from the perspective of a passenger. Like, I'm not reviewing it as a driver because I'm obviously not an Uber driver, just a passenger. So yeah. Number three is that there's going to be some constructive criticism in the cons part of this video. So this is not me trying to bring down Uber or saying that I hate Uber. No, this is just me pointing out things I dislike and like about the app. So don't take it that way, okay? And also the fact that this review on Uber is based on my own opinions of the app, and your own opinions and experiences may differ from mine. And if you have anything different that you think about this app, then comment below, okay? But with that out of the way, let's get started. Now, the first thing I like about Uber is the design. Like, for the design of the app is really good. It's really nice and beautiful. It's so minimalistic and so straightforward in my opinion. I just love the design of this app so much. Like, it just makes me happy. The second thing I like about this app is the fact that it has two-factor authentication / two-step verification, and this is something that's really nice, so that way you can easily protect your account. And this is something that increases security of Uber, which is what I respect, because I haven't really seen two-factor authentication in like any driving app like Uber and so on. Like, this is the first one I'm seeing it in so far from what I've used and reviewed. Another thing I like about Uber is the fact that you have the ability to split fares, like the fare of the ride. So for example, let's say now that you are with a friend and you both have the Uber app installed and you're going somewhere together. What you can do is that you can split the ride fare between you and that friend, which is really cool in my opinion. But I haven't tested this feature out yet because I don't really have a friend who has Uber to use this way. So maybe in the future I might test this out. So yeah. Another feature I like about Uber that's really cool is the instant location feature. So if a driver is looking for you or something, if you turn on this instant location feature, it can show you the exact position you are on the map for the driver to see, which is really cool in my opinion, so that way it will be easier to find you. How cool is that? Another cool feature about Uber is the fact that you can verify your ride with a PIN, which adds an extra layer of security on Uber. So let's say now that you enable this feature on your phone and you set your PIN as 1234. When the driver comes to you, they'll ask you for the PIN, and when they see 1234, then you know that is your rider. And this is something that is really nifty and helpful in my opinion, even though I haven't really tested this one out too. But it's something that I really like about the Uber app because I haven't seen this in any other riding app. Now, another good and useful feature I love about Uber is the fact that during the ride, mid-ride, you can change your payment method. So for example, if you want to pay with cash and you select a card, you can always change that while you're in the ride. And this is something that is very helpful and beneficial when you're doing this Uber stuff. Like, this is so helpful. Or if you have your card but you don't have money and you have cash, you can always switch, vice versa. Like, this is something that's so sweet. I love it so much. Now, another feature I really love about Uber that just blows my mind, poof, is the fact that like whenever you get a ride on Uber, it'll always show you the color of the car that's picking you up on the map. This is something that's really cool. Like, look at this, for example. Like, look, there's so many colors here on the screen you're seeing right now. Like, this is something that I really love about Uber. Like, that just makes the app much more cooler in my opinion. And finally, there are different methods of payment for your ride on Uber. Like, yes, if you want to fund your Uber balance, like you can use USSD, You can use transfer, you can use your card, you can use Verb, you can even use the Barter app if you have that, Barter by Flutterwave, to fund your Uber wallet account. And this is really helpful. So let's say now that you want to budget like how much you want to use for rides, you can just put it in the Uber app like that, and then whenever you're ready to ride, you don't have to start bringing out money from your account because you've already budgeted everything. And this is really, 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 really helpful. Now we've talked about the pros of this Uber app that I like personally, and well, I have to also talk about the cons of this app. One thing I really don't like about Uber is the fact that drivers cannot see the destination you want to go to until they go to where you are, and before they can see it, or if they ask you where you're going to. Now this is something I really don't like, and let me share a story time, okay? So I just finished coming back from the hospital, so I had to get back to school, okay? So next I got an Uber driver, and when I got the Uber driver, he came, but he now asked me where was I going to. So I told him about where I was going to. He now said no, he couldn't take me because where like the school was far, and as well as the fact that like where he came from was in a high traffic area. And the worst part about this is that like Uber, they did their heavy discount, so he didn't want to do that thing because he didn't want to get paid that amount and also like that. So he had to cancel the ride with me. Like he just stopped the ride and just left me there like that, and I was stranded crying like. But this is something I really don't like about this app. In my opinion, drivers have to see where you're going to. They don't have to call you and go to your station and know where you're going to, and then they'll say, oh, they can't go there, I have to cancel the ride. They should be able to see these things before knowing whether or not they want to take you. Like, this is something that needs to be fixed on this app. The second thing I don't like about this Uber app is the mapping system. Now, don't get me wrong, the mapping system is okay, but there is something particular about the mapping system that I really do not like, okay? So just take a look at this picture here you're seeing on the screen right now. Can you see the difference between this one here and this other one? I'll just give you some time, okay? Now let me just explain this stuff. Okay, so you see for Uber here, Uber goes in a straight line. Like if now that you get a ride from a rider on Uber, it goes in a straight line. It's something I really don't like. Whilst for Bolt that you saw as the second picture here, it goes according to the map. Like that's how it drives on the app. It goes according to the map, but Uber goes in a straight line, which is something I really don't like because I can't really even tell where the drivers are and when they're gonna come, because I don't like that stuff like that. Like I wish there could be a feature that can change it. Like if you want it to either be in a straight line or if you want the thing to go according to the map, because this is something that is really, really annoying in my opinion. I really don't like about this app. Another feature that I just don't like about this app is the ride sharing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that we have the option to share rides, but my problem with this ride sharing is that if you want to share your ride with someone, that person, you have to like verify that person's number. I think the person also has to have the Uber app installed. I haven't really shared my Uber ride with anyone, like the ride details, like to see so people can know where I am. And this is something that's really, really annoying. Whereas for apps like Bolt, you can just share your ride details through a link and you can send the thing through WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, any social media platform you want to. But like Uber is different. You can't just share the ride link with anyone. Like it's really annoying, which is why if you want people to see your ride detail, just download Google Maps, and then from there you can share your live location and then share it with your friends through WhatsApp or something like that as a way to compensate this feature. Another thing that I've noticed about this Uber app is that you get charged for extra rides. Like this only happened to me once, okay? So I was heading to school and they went to the right location of the school, but however, I was charged extra. The rider did not use any shortcuts or anything like that. He just used the normal way. Like he didn't there was no traffic, there was nothing like that, but I was charged extra while I was in the same location like that I put on the Uber app. It's something that I really don't like, so you should just change that too. And finally, one thing I really don't like, that really got me pissed off, that made me to stop using Uber. To be honest with you, I haven't used Uber since a very long time, is the fact that they add their cancellation fees. No. And this cancellation fee is really annoying. So let me just give you a story time, okay? So I was at school and I wanted to get an Uber to go somewhere. Okay, so I called the Uber driver and I tell him the location where I am. He now says that, oh, he can't come because where he is very far. I have to cancel the ride. But however, when I want to cancel the ride, I'm approached with this message on the screen. This message, no. Now this message is telling me that I have to pay a cancellation fee to the rider when he is the one that told me to cancel the ride. So why should I pay a cancellation fee to cancel the ride when he is the one who couldn't even do the part? Now, I understand that being an Uber driver is not easy, because you have to get a car, you have to put fuel in it, you have to just go on the road, so much traffic, and so many things you have to do, so many things you have to bear and endure just to be an Uber driver. It's not easy, which is why I respect anyone who's an Uber driver so much. I respect their work. But however, I simply cannot respect that I should pay a cancellation fee when the driver could not pick me up. So I went on Twitter and complained about this, and Uber told me what to do though. But however, when I went on the app and tried to do what it told me to do, I did not see any way to try to get my money back. Like, I didn't see any way to try to, you know, open a dispute based on this thing that happened to me, which is really annoying, and it got me very mad. But for this cancellation fee thing, I heard that, like, if you choose cash as a method of payment and you cancel the ride, that you won't be charged anything. That's what my sister told me, but that's something that I'm yet to try myself to see whether or not that this is true. But if it is true, you know what you got to do. Comment below, okay? Comment below. Now, I have mentioned things in this video that I believe should be changed for Uber, but let me just mention some more things that I feel that should be changed for this app in particular. Now, one feature that I want to see in this Uber app is the fact that, like, I wanted that I can be able to send like pictures of places. Like, for example, like, I like the fact that we are already given the chance and ability to message our riders on this app. But I wish that, like, for example, let's say that you're new to somewhere, or you know somewhere, but you don't know how to explain that place to the driver, but you have your phone and you want to take a picture of the place so that the driver can easily see and locate this place. I wish that Uber could give you that option to at least do this and take a picture or video of the place or maybe like a 5-second or 10-second video, so that way it will be easier for the driver to track you. But this should apply mostly to public places, that it will be easy to track you down. Like, that's something I wish could be like on this Uber app or any transport app for that matter. And finally, the cancellation fee should really be removed. Now, Uber is literally like $1 billion company, so I don't see how they should be making people to pay cancellation fees. Now, as I said, I understand that being an Uber driver is not easy. You have to go through tons of things, which are something that's very difficult to bear. But what Uber should do, in my opinion, is that whenever someone cancels the ride for various reasons, Uber should try and step in and compensate that person, even if it's not 500 naira complete, maybe 400, 300 naira, something like that for their time, because it's not easy at all, like, to be very honest with you. But anyway, that's all for today's video. Leave a comment on this video, subscribe, follow me on all my pages in the description of this video, and I hope I see you guys next time. Peace out.